Why does my arm look like this? And why did it look like this last night? It looks really bad. And this morning even, it went from here to here, the swelling, you can still see it. And this is after I've already got a cortisone IV injection. It's not that I'm majorly allergic. You would assume that based off of this major reaction. But I'm not allergic in the typical sense that you'd have to send me to the hospital. All I have is this huge swelling. Why is that? If you have a friend who's allergic to peanuts, then they probably have an issue with breathing right after they eat the peanuts. That's because they're having that immediate reaction. All of the cells that have been activated by their immune system are releasing a bunch of different things. They're going to cause all of the vasculature to be more open so more fluid can leave. They're going to get a bunch of swelling. It's going to cause the lungs to constrict so they're not going to be able to breathe as well. They're not going to have the blood being pulled up through the body efficiently enough. And so they're going to have a bunch of problems with their whole body. But with me, I don't have a huge issue where I'm falling down and I can't breathe anymore. I just have huge swelling. Well, I have a large local reaction. This is the second part of that first crazy reaction that can happen. When I first got stung, I was still able to breathe. I still had no huge issues. Of course, it was still a bit red. I still had that initial response. But the real thing that goes crazy with me is the late part of that hypersensitivity. That's where the eosinophils have been activated to release a bunch of things that still manage to make everything here super swollen. You might think that because I have this crazy reaction, it means that I'd be at more risk for having anaphylaxis, so that problem where my whole body would go shut down because of it. But actually, they've seen that people who respond the way that I do tend to be at less risk for it. If you typically respond really aggressively to bug bites or any sort of thing like that, you're probably actually less likely to have problems with it. However, I would still definitely suggest that you talk to a doctor and you find out what's best for you before you trust anything that I say. So let's hope that this cortisone works quickly and I can start writing again because, oh my gosh, it's hard to study when your arm is like this. Have a good day.